Okay, class, today we're going to be reading chapter 3 of Magic Tree House, The Night at Dawn. Who can tell me what's happened so far in the book, in the first two chapters? Yes, Jack and Annie again went to their tree house and are now back in time. What time period are they in? We know that there's knights and horses, and there's a feast. Yes, it would be around the medieval time, yeah, when there was knights. What can you guys tell me about the characters, Jack and Annie? What do we know about them? Because we've also read book 1, this is book 2. Yes, Annie is the more adventurous one. She's the one that's always running up to the treehouse. Jack's usually scared to climb the big tall ladder all the way up to the top. Yeah, I would say Jack is more cautious than Annie. I wouldn't say he's like a scaredy cat or something, but Annie's just a little bit more adventurous, a little more brave, yes. Okay, so let's start reading. Annie was under the tree looking across the foggy ground. "The knight's riding toward the bridge, I think," said Annie. "The bridge goes to the castle." "Wait, I'll look it up," said Jack. "Give me the flashlight." He took the flashlight from Annie and pulled the castle book out of its pack. He opened it to the page with the leather bookmark. He read the words on the picture of the knight. "This is a knight arriving for a castle feast. Knights wore armor when they traveled long and dangerous distances. Armor was very heavy. A tournament helmet could weigh up to 40 pounds. Does anyone know how heavy 40 pounds is? You guys are in 3rd grade, so I would say you're around 80, so it's about half of your weight. Also, we're looking for similes in this book. What do similes always have? Like or as. Yes, correct. Wow, Jack had weighed 40 pounds when he was 5. It would be like riding a horse with a 5-year-old on your head, he thought. Jack pulled out his notebook. He wanted to take notes. As he'd done on their dinosaur trip, he wrote, "Heavy head." What else? Okay, before we get to the next page, does anyone know where the simile is on this page? Correct. Yes, Arabella, it would be like riding a horse with a 5-year-old on your head. Do they mean literally having a 5-year-old on your head while you're riding a horse? No. It's just a simile. It would feel that way because the helmets are very heavy back then that the knights used to wear. He turned the pages of the castle book. He found a picture that showed the whole castle and the buildings around it. "The knight's crossing the bridge," said Annie. "He's going through the gate. He's gone." Jack studied the bridge in the picture. He read, "A drawbridge crossed the moat. The moat was filled with water to help protect the castle from enemies. Some people believe crocodiles were kept in the moat." Jack wrote in his notebook, "Crocodiles in moat? Look," said Annie, peering through a mist. "A windmill right over there." "Yeah, there's a windmill in here too," said Jack, pointing at the picture. "Look at the real one, Jack," said Annie. "Not the one in the book." A piercing shriek split the air. "Yikes," said Annie. "It sounded like it came from that little house over there." She pointed through the fog. "There's a little house here," said Jack, studying the picture. He turned the page and read, "The hawk house was in the inner ward of the castle. Hawks were trained to hunt other birds and small animals." Jack wrote in his notebook, "Hawks in house, hawk house." So where does this story take place? In a castle, yes, correct. What do we call that? The place where the story happens. The setting. Yes. Thank you, Shay. The setting. What do settings consist of? Because it's not just always a place, right? Especially with Magic Treehouse. It's a time. Yes, Lillian, it's a time. Time and place can all count as setting. Good job with the simile too.